Nicole Dauphinee will be here to fill us in on all the hottest. There she is.
There she is.
Looking like a rock star there. Look at that.
She's a ray of sunshine.
I do. And how ready are we for a 3-day weekend?
We're
My gosh. Labor Day weekend's dead ahead, gang, and with Sunday smack dab in the middle of this 3-day summer stretch, downtown is going
already. It's never too early
Never.
to talk about the weekend.
Good to see you. How are you?
Doing good, and big names this weekend. We've got Kenny Chesney, Gretchen Wilson, we were talking about her, and Jewel's back.
And Jewel is back. And you know, a lot of people don't know Jewel got her big start here on the show, here on the KUSI Morning News.
You did have her a lot.
Yeah.
You got to have her back again. Then.
It catapulted her into fame.
Yeah.
It's amazing what this show can do.
Somehow she's not returning our calls anymore, though.
No, she would
What's
be
going on
nothing.
there?
You'd be nothing
Without us. Jason Mraz,
tell her,
same
Susan.
thing.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Wow.
All right, so what you got? Where do you want to start?
Well, we'll talk about some things you can do with Dad, so that's coming up. And if Dad's really cutting edge, you can take him to the Alternative Rock Showcase of the Summer. It's FM 94.9's second annual Independence Jam, Saturday night at Open Air Theater. Now, 94.9's known for breaking...
Entertainment reporter Nicole Dauphinee. Yes, she is doing her research right now. Look at that. Oh, there it is. The big weekend at Street Scene, talking about that and all kinds of things that are going on. The zoo at night even. But first,
Good morning to you.
How are you?
Yeah, lots going on. Street Scene. I'll tell you a little bit more about it. You've been talking about it earlier today. And then the Gay and Lesbian Pride Parade is this
something
weekend.
for everybody. Yeah.
You know what? It is so much fun.
The best people watching. Here it is, the 31st annual. It's this Saturday at 11 a.m. Kicks off at the corner of University Avenue and Normal Street in Hillcrest, heads down University, then 6 towards Balboa. 200 floats they'll have this year, as well as 150,000 screaming spectators. Yeah, let's kick it off with Jill Scott. It should be a great show. That's tonight, and there's still tickets available. What do you get when you mix jazz, hip-hop, spoken word, and gorgeous bluesy melodies? Jill Scott, that's what. And no soul singer today can touch her talent for more holiday stuff. Good morning to you.
We were just talking about going to bring your child to go sit on Santa's lap and take the picture.
Yeah, well...
And most of the time, I feel so bad for the Santa because they're screaming. Let's see.
I don't know if you
show
can get a shot of this, but this is my daughter at Quail Botanical Garden, so I talked about it last weekend and actually went this Saturday. I don't think she likes hairy men.
No. And Santa's going, come get this kid off my lap.
Right. Like, she's eyeing that candy cane going, why won't this chubby guy give it to me?
Right.
So
I know. I felt so bad because all the kids cry. You know, I don't know what the story is because you get so excited about the picture.
I know. Scarred her for
Lots of Christmas stuff going on
lots
this
of good holiday stuff. Starting out with the symphony. We haven't talked about the symphony before, and this is about as funky as they get. This weekend they'll present holiday pop rocks at Copley Symphony Hall. They call it pop rocks because along with traditional tunes, they'll be doing some more modern versions of Jingle Bell Rock and Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree. Now, from adult fun to something for the kids, and this is equivalent to like the Rolling Stones blowing into town for kids. The Wiggles will be at the iPay1 Center tomorrow. The Australian quartet has become known as the Fab Four of the Priest. And Dr. David J. Mata was the son of a Nazarene minister, and he even advertised his family business as a Christ-centered family practice. In fact, you couldn't find a more involved, awarded, or religious man than the doctor. His life story was featured in Reader's Digest. He was the Family Practitioner of the Year in 2005, and he even started a Christian outreach program for young pregnant women. And those that worked for him had nothing but good things to say about the Hemet physician.
I had worked with him quite a while ago, and then, you know, just kept in touch with him, just from being next door here. So, I knew him, and I just cannot even imagine anything like this.
And still, all of this now overshadowed by the severity of the latest accusations of sexual misconduct from numerous female patients. And Hemet police rearrested Dr. Mata this morning as he was walking out of the Hemet Valley Medical Center. They've had him under surveillance for quite some time. Since his arrest in November of last year, 20 additional people have come forth to accuse him of various sex-related crimes.
They ranged in age from, I think, 10 to 11 years old on up to senior adults. And all female victims from what we know so far. I think they told me over 200 felony counts against them right now because of the different incidences and different victims.
And the irony of the arrests best summed up in a line from Dr. Mata's own online profile, which reads, "I combine ministry and medicine in the office, my goal to provide hope and health for all in need and for all ages." In County Tipperary, this is one of the most fertile, rich counties in Ireland. And in the center of it lies a massive outcrop of limestone. It rises 200 feet above the ground, and it's called the Rock of Cashel. The walls of the rock here in the Vickers Coral.
Now, this long two-story building was built as a dormitory of sorts to house the Vicar's Choral. They were a group of men that would sing at the cathedral services. Now, most of this building has been redone. I want to take you down here to the undercroft of the Vicar's Choral, where quite an impressive collection of stone sculptures found in and around the rock is being held. Now, here along the north wall, you'll find a really unusual carving of a female figure. This was found in a 17th century tomb inside the cathedral. Now, you'll see when you look at her, she has her legs entwined, she has no arms, a very thick neck, and very exaggerated facial features. All this would suggest that she is some sort of fertility goddess. Now, as you're leaving St. Patrick's Cathedral, you come immediately upon this gravesite, and not much is known about the people buried here before the 1900s. But interestingly, in 1930, they opened a register where people in the town of Cashel could put their name on a list if they wanted to be buried here. Now, there's only about 5 or 6 names left on that list, and after that, no one else will be buried outside of St. Patrick's Cathedral on the rock. So as we leave the rock, we think back to St. Patrick and his intentions for this site. He worked hard to spark the fire of Christianity in the kings that ruled here. He wanted to make this a place of prayer, and I think after seeing these buildings, you can feel that that intention has remained unchallenged at the Rock of Cashel. Next, we'll head about 10 miles north to another really important pilgrimage site called the Holy Cross Abbey. We're here at the Holy Cross Abbey. It's situated along the beautiful banks of the River Suir in southeast Ireland. Now, this is an amazing site. When we go inside, you'll see in the cathedral there's an inscription on the altar that reads that the cross of Christ not be emptied of its power. It's quite a strong statement, and it sets the tone for an abbey that really struggled the first 2 centuries for its survival. We're here at the Holy Cross Abbey. It's situated along the beautiful banks of the River Suir in southeast Ireland. Now, this is an amazing site. When we go inside, you'll see in the cathedral there's an inscription on the altar that reads that the cross of Christ not be emptied of its power. It's quite a strong statement, and it sets the tone for an abbey that really struggled the first 2 centuries for its survival.
I'm Bob Fields.
And I'm Nicole Dauphinee, and on our show today, we'll be talking getting in shape for the summer. Not quite ready for that yet. It's also Wine and Dine Wednesday, and our financial expert will be in, so we are loaded today.
Yes, for sure. But first, our top story. The California Supreme Court delivers a final verdict that impacts thousands of same-sex marriages in the state.
Kara Finstrom's in Los Angeles with the latest on the court's ruling on Prop 8. And a California pilot who shot a pornography video while flying a helicopter is apologizing for the incident today. David Mart says he has rehabilitated himself. The Federal Aviation Administration has revoked his license for the incident, but he insists he never put any lives in danger, and Juliet Vara spoke with him.